do something bad to us, we are going to do things to you that have never been done before.
Well, g'day, folks. How are you? This is just a quick one to let you know that tonight's show is going to be delayed just a little bit. Laura has been away for the last couple of weeks, and she's arriving back tonight at the airport. And she's arriving, don't you know, just right at the time I would normally do the show. So I'm going to have to punch it back an hour or thereabouts for tonight. So I have uploaded a bit of stuff that will actually go live on the FBN Media Channel at 6:30 tonight. There's a couple of links to things that are there, but you'll find a few more things have been uploaded throughout the day today, and that'll keep you entertained for a little while before I get back in at 7:30. But there are some pretty interesting things coming up in tonight's show. I would tell you about them if I could bring up the appropriate bloody webpage, but there we go. There it is. Something I will get you to do if you're watching this and you are someone who's taken a bit of my advice, or our advice, if you like, and invested in a little bit of silver and gold. As you know, we are trying to figure out who's watching, who's not watching, and we're trying to put together a prospectus, if you like, to try and encourage people to show their wares with us so that we can help them sell them. That'd be bloody great. The first person, I guess, or the first company we've ever really tried this with is Ainsley. And many people have been into Ainsley and taken up the offer of purchasing gold or silver or both. However, a lot of people haven't bothered mentioning Voice of Freedom. And I know, I'm not blaming you, it just happens. So Ainsley have asked if we can get a bit of a list together to show how many people have actually come in to buy after hearing about Ainsley Bullion and considering the benefits of purchasing precious metals. Now, if you happen to be that one of those people, could you please send me an email, ainsley@vofhq.com, AINLSIE. Hang on, Ainsley. I can't do it without spelling, without seeing it. Isn't that awful? AINSLIE. I'll get it right. AINSLIE. Ainsley@vofhq.com. And I'll just forward those emails. You don't have to tell us what you bought. Have no interest in knowing what you bought. But if you did get your self-managed super fund through there, or you got your gold and silver for your self-managed super fund through there, or if you have just gone in like me and bought the odd coin, can you just let us know so that we can attribute you walking in? I mean, if you've gone into Ainsley all your life before and whatnot, don't bother sending me an email. But if you heard about them and sent and came to them from us, then please let us know. It'll make life a little bit easier going forward when we're approaching some other businesses to say, well, this is the sort of effect that we had at Ainsley. And we would like to have a much greater effect on more people. So without being able to get the vehicle funded and get us on the road into your town to do shows from your business and your street, your area, to try and highlight the tourism opportunities maybe in your area, if we can't get that sort of funding, then the Voice of Freedom ends. It's that serious. I can tell you right now, there is no money in the bank. Not in any of the bank accounts I have. I think there's a $4 left in one account that I have access to. So we are right down at nothing. I'm not saying that with an urge to throw in donations. I'm saying that we need to get this data together so that we can stop asking for donations and we can start working like a proper business, a business for people who are interested in truth, in freedom, and securing your own wealth, amongst other things. So if you are one of those types, please send me an email, ainsley@vofhq.com. You don't, like I say, I don't want to know how much you bought. That's not my business, but just that you went into Ainsley and bought after hearing about them and hearing about self-managed super funds from Cass maybe, and that kind of thing. We would really really appreciate that. Also, coming up in tonight's show, I'm going to talk about a guy called Jacob Chansley, who you may or may not know. He is better known as the QAnon shaman. He has some pretty interesting things to say to Tucker Carlson recently. I'll cut a couple of bits out of that I'll show you. But one piece in particular I'm very interested in bringing to your attention. Evergrande is another thing we'll talk about tonight, the Chinese real estate business. The owner of that, one gentleman, is $78 billion in the shit. $78 billion worth of fraud the Chinese government say he has now partaken of. Don't know if that's quite the truth. He may have had a bit more. However, he's going to need to go to court and try and explain all that. And courts in China are radically different to anywhere else in the world. So one really just wonders how long between him being found guilty and the bullet. And notoriously short duration between being found guilty and meeting your end in China. So, yeah. German death rates are on the rise because of the squirty thing, and we'll talk about that. I have uploaded, and I think it will either go live now, or is live now, or will go live at 6:30. I have uploaded a speech that Senator Roberts did, I think it was today in the Parliament, in the Senate. It's about 10 minutes long. Have a look at that speech. Listen to it very closely. I've actually heard some passion in him for the first time in a long time. And the very, very serious numbers. He is calling for all the things that we want, inquiries, royal commissions, and by the sound of it, he's now calling for a number of royal commissions into this particular thing, not just the actions that got us to this position, but also a few of the other aspects behind that as well. And there will be some severe charges. We've got to thank Senator Roberts for doing that in the Senate, because while it was an empty Senate, it is read into Hansard, and Hansard is usable in courts at a later date. So we will no doubt be making use of that in times to come. We're also going to talk about King Charles. Is he dead? Is he not dead? Is it Kate that's dead? I don't know. But I'm going to show you a few things that might make your eyes pop. That's all coming up a little bit later on tonight. I have to shoot off because I'm now about 15 minutes late for another meeting I've got to be in. But just a reminder, folks, that tonight's show will be a little bit later, 7:30 or just after 7:30. Once I get back from the airport with Laura, I have it all set up ready to go. It's just that I will actually make the show now, and it'll sit ready to go, but the time might stretch a little bit. So it might be 7:30, might be 8:45. Who knows what time the plane lands. Should be home by that time, but fingers crossed. So bear that in mind, folks, for the show tonight. It'll be a late one, or catch it up tomorrow by simply just watching it online at your favorite channel. And speaking of favorite channels, go over to FBN Media on YouTube, FBN Media, and like and subscribe that one. And I haven't put anything on VoFHQ on YouTube yet, but if you haven't been over to VoFHQ and liked and subscribed yet, please do. Need all the help we can get. Otherwise, we're going to wind up out there on the road with those dickheads again.
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back. Does anybody else want to stay? Let's rock!